Hello everyone, welcome you all in today's my class. In today's class, we proceed our political science chapter 1 what is democracy, why democracy with next topic. So let's start. First, I again explain you definition of what is democracy. So meaning of democracy is a simple definition. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Okay, so in I hope you remember this simple meaning of definition. Next, in this chapter, we will study topic about free and fair electoral competition. So, in this topic, how and why free and fair electoral competition uh, done by any country or democratic country. So फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्टोरल कंपटीशन का मतलब होता है स्वतंत्र और निष्पक्ष चुनावी मुकाबला. सो इन चाइना elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament called National People's Congress. Before contesting elections, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, this government is always formed by the Communist Party. So, in China, for electing members for the country's parliament called Guangzhou रेमिन दाई वी आयो दाहुई जिस जो कि एक राष्ट्रीय जनसंसद है या नेशनल पीपल कांग्रेस भी जिसे कहते हैं वहाँ नेशनल पीपल कांग्रेस इलेक्टेड आर हेल्ड एवरी 5 years मीन्स चीन की संसद को क्वांगुओ रेमिन दाइवियायो दाहुई राष्ट्रीय जनसंसद कहते हैं और चीन की संसद के लिए हर 5 साल बाद नियमित रूप से वहाँ चुनाव होते हैं. ओके, सो a candidate needs to be a member of the Chinese Communist Party or 8 of its allies to contest 2002 to 3 elections. The Communist Party always formed the government. So, इस संसद को देश का राष्ट्रपति नियुक्त करने का अधिकार है और इसमें पूरे चीन के करीब 3000 सदस्य आते हैं. Mexico holds elections after every 6 years to elect its president, but until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Opposition parties did contest elections but never managed to win as PRI was now to use many dirty tricks to win elections. Means the Communist Party always formed the government. Then again, since independence, therefore 1930, Mexico presidential elections are held every 6 years. However, until 2000, every elections was won by PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Thus, these examples cannot be considered as the ones where people get to choose their rulers. Both the cases should not be called a democracy. A democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. So, a free and fair electoral competition where the existing ruling party has a fair chance to lose is one of the major aspects of democracy. Example of democracy are India, United States, etc. Okay, so यहाँ ये भी बताया गया है कि पूरे चीन से करीब 3000 मेंबर्स आते हैं और कुछ सदस्यों को चुनावी सेना भी कुछ सदस्यों का चुनाव सेना भी करती है। और चुनाव लड़ने से पहले सभी जो भी उम्मीदवार हैं उनको चीनी कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी से मंजूरी लेनी होती है। 2002 और 2003 में हुए चुनाव में सिर्फ कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी और उससे संबद्ध कुछ छोटी पार्टियों के सदस्यों को ही चुनाव लड़ने की अनुमति मिली। सरकार हमेशा कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी की ही वहाँ बनती रही है। 1930 में फ्रीडम होने के बाद से मैक्सिको में एवरी 6 ईयर हर 6 साल बाद राष्ट्रपति चुनने के लिए चुनाव कराए जाते हैं और देश में कभी भी फौजी शासन या तानाशाही नहीं आई। लेकिन 2000 तक हर चुनाव में PRI इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिवोल्यूशनरी पार्टी जिसे कहा जाता है के नाम से एक पार्टी को ही जीत मिलती थी और जो भी अपोजिशन पार्टी थी वो चुनाव में हिस्सा लेते थे पर कभी भी उन्हें जीत हासिल नहीं होती। चुनाव में तरह तरह के हथकंडे जिसे डर्टी ट्रिक्स कहा जाता है अपनाकर हर हाल में जीत हासिल करने के लिए PRI बिल्कुल फेमस थी। गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस में काम करने वाले सभी लोगों के लिए पार्टी की बैठकों में जाना कंपलसरी हुआ करता था। गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के जितने भी टीचर्स हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उनके पेरेंट्स हैं, सभी को PRI के लिए वोट देने को कहा जाता था। मीडिया भी जब तक अपोजिशन पार्टी की आलोचना वगैरह करने या कमेंट्स करने के अलावा उनकी गतिविधियों को भी नज़रअंदाज करती थी। कई बार एकदम लास्ट मोमेंट में पोलिंग बूथ को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह हटा दिया जाता था जिससे बहुत सारे लोग वोट नहीं डाल पाते थे। PRI अपने उम्मीदवारों की चुनाव अभियान पर बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे खर्च किया करती थी। ये एक स्वतंत्र और निष्पक्ष चुनाव के लिए जो भी मुकाबला है उसके बारे में हम अभी पढ़ रहे थे। आई होप आपको यह जो टॉपिक है अच्छे से समझ में आ गया होगा। इस प्रकार हम कह सकते हैं कि लोकतंत्र निष्पक्ष और स्वतंत्र चुनावों पर आधारित होना चाहिए ताकि सत्ता में बैठे लोगों के लिए जीत हार के समान अवसर हो। ऐसा ही एक मैक्सिको के मामले में ऐसा लगता है कि कहने को विकल्प होते हुए भी असल में वहाँ की जनता के पास कोई दूसरा विकल्प नहीं था। किसी भी तरह वहाँ के शासक को दल को पराजित नहीं किया जा सकता था, लोगों के चाहने पर भी नहीं। वहाँ जो चुनाव हुए वो निष्पक्ष नहीं हुआ करते थे। इस प्रकार हम लोकतंत्र को अपनी समझ में एक या अन्य बहुत सारी विशेषताओं या गुणों से जोड़ सकते हैं। Dear student, in this chapter we will discuss for more understanding next topic. Next topic is one person one vote one value, means एक व्यक्ति एक वोट और एक मूल। There are many instances of denial of equal right to vote. In Saudi Arabia, women do not have the right to vote. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian military minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. One person, one vote, one value. Political equality marks the basis of democracy. However, certain instances of denial of equal rights have been observed. Women did not have the right to vote until 2015 in Saudi Arabia. In Estonia, the citizenship rules made it difficult for people from Russian minorities to gain the right to vote. Fiji's electoral system gives more value to the vote of an indigenous Fiji than that of an Indian Fijian. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. This example contradict the basic of democracy, where an adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. So यहाँ ये बताया गया है कि लोकतंत्र के लिए होने वाला जो भी संघर्ष है उसमें सभी को सार्वभौमिक रूप से वोट देने के अधिकार से जुड़ा है। इस सिद्धांत को लगभग पूरी दुनिया में मान लिया गया है, पर किसी भी व्यक्ति को वोट के समान अधिकार से वंचित करने का उदाहरण भी कम नहीं मिलता। 2015 तक सऊदी अरब में जो वुमेन्स थी उनको वोट देने का राइट नहीं था। एस्टोनिया ने अपने यहाँ नागरिकता के नियम कुछ इस तरह बनाए कि रूसी अल्पसंख्यक समाज के लोगों को मतदान का अधिकार हासिल करने में मुश्किल होती थी। फिजी की चुनाव प्रणाली में वहाँ के जो भी मूल निवासी थे उनको वोट के महत्व भारतीय मूल के फिजी नागरिकों के वोट से ज़्यादा है। लोकतंत्र में हर वयस्क नागरिक का एक वोट होना चाहिए और हर वोट का एक समान मूल्य होना चाहिए। लोकतंत्र राजनीतिक समानता के बुनियादी सिद्धांत पर आधारित है। सो आई होप यू ऑल अंडरस्टूड दिस टॉपिक, वन पर्सन वन वोट वन वैल्यू। Next, we will proceed next topic. So topic is rule of law and respect for rights, means कानून का राज और अधिकारों का आदर। So since independence, Zimbabwe ruled by JANU-PF. Its leader Robert Mugabe has been ruling the country. He is popular but also uses unfair practices in elections. Elections have been held regularly and always won by JANU-PF. Opposition party workers are harassed and their meeting disturbed. Public protest and demonstration against the government are declared illegal. Television and radio are controlled by the government and give only the ruling party's version. Independent newspapers are there, but government harasses those journalists who go against it. The government has ignored some court judgments that went against it and has pressurized judges. So, dear student, rule of law and respect for rights under this topic meaning is, in 1980, Zimbabwe gained independence, white minority. From then, the leader, therefore, Robert Mugabe of the party JANU-PF that led the freedom struggle ruled the country. In spite of regular elections, President Mugabe used unfair practices in elections such that JANU-PF always won. Only the ruling party verdicts were presented by the television and radios, as there was a law that limited the right to citizen the president. Independent journalists that talked against the government were harassed. There are unlike rules of democratic government which are limited by constitutional law and citizens' rights. Thus, in a democratic government, in this case, government is not democratic as there is no citizens' basic rights, no political opposition, no judiciary. A democratic government rule within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' rights. So, major decisions are taken by the rulers elected by people. There is a fair choice of people in changing rulers. Equal opportunity is given to all citizens in choosing the rulers. The government's power is limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizens' right. In sense, thus, in a democratic government, some rules and guidance are such as: first is major decisions are taken by the rulers elected by people. Second, there is a fair choice of people in changing rulers. Third, equal opportunity is given to all citizens in choosing the rulers. Fourth, the government's power is limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizens' right. Okay, so next we will discuss topic about why democracy, arguments against democracy. So leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. So instability may arise due to frequent change in government. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. Political competition and power play take an upper hand over morality. So many people have to be consulted in a democracy that it leads to delay in decisions making due to multiple consultations. So each leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. Democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. So lack of knowledge in the public interest may result in inappropriate decision making. Since ordinary people don't know what is good for them, they should not decide anything. So, since democracy is based on electoral competition, it induce corruption. So, ordinary people don't know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. So, people electing their rulers might be unaware of their well being. The above scenario may declare democracy as a non ideal form of government. However, it may have some positivity that can demarcate it from the other now forms. So, next we will discuss topic arguments in favor of democracy. So topic is arguments for democracy, means arguments in favor of democracy. So a democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. A democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. Means, for example, in 1958 to 1961, in the India and China famine, despite its economic conditions, India was at a better position than China. This was because the Chinese government did not respond to food scarcity as readily as India did. Thus, democracy responded better to the needs of the people. So, democracy improved the quality of decision making. So, democracy improved the quality of decision making means a series of discussion and meetings with many people involved help to n- nullify mistakes in any democratic decision. Although it takes time, it lessens the chances of irrelevant decision making. Next, this democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. So, this argument meaning is democracy provides a method to deal with difference and conflicts, means in any society, especially in a socially diverse country like India. There are bound to be differences in opinions. There may be clashes in preference with people of different reasons, speaking different languages, practicing different religions and castes. In a democracy, such people can exist peacefully with each other as it provides them with a single winner or loser. Next argument for democracy is democracy enhance the dignity of citizens. So since the pillars of democracy stand on the principle of equality, the least educated or the poorest in the social pyramid shares the same privileges as the educated or rich. So next arguments for democracy is our democracy allow us to correct its own mistakes. So democracy is better than other form of government because it allow us to correct our own mistakes. Democracy makes space for public discussion on mistakes for the government, as no mistake can be hidden for long. Rulers are compelled to change their decisions or succumbed to losing their rules. In other words, democracy may not be the solution but is clearly a better alternative than others. I hope you all understood arguments for democracy. Next we will discuss topic about broader meaning of democracy. So broader meaning of democracy, in this topic, in this chapter, dear student, you acquire the minimum idea about the features of the democratic form of government. Under the common form of democracy, there are representative democracy, everyone does not rule. So, the most common form that democracy takes in our times is that of a representative democracy where majority is allowed to take decision on behalf of all the people. The majority of people rule through their elected representatives. A democratic decision involves consultation with a consent of all those who are affected by that decision. So, democracy is a principle that can be applied to any spheres of life. Democracy can apply to a government or a family or any other organization. So, under the common form of democracy, therefore representative democracy, everyone does not rule. Elected representative take a decision on behalf of their people as modern democracies are characterized by huge populations. These make it practically impossible for them to take a collective decision. Even if they could, the citizen does not have the time for desire or the skills to take part in the all decisions. Democracy does not only define an existing government but an aim which any democratic scenario should achieve. However, ideally no country in the world is correctly democratic, but an understanding of democracy helps people to identify the weakness of existing democracy and distinguish between minimal and good democracy. Most common democratic government is formed by people elected representatives. However, for a small community, therefore village, Gram Sabha, all people may sit together to deliver democratic decision. Democracy in India. The largest democracy of the world is considered to be India. In India, after independence, the citizens were given the right to vote and elect their leaders. The citizens of India have equal rights in voting their representative irrespective of their caste, color, creed, religion, and gender. The basic democratic principle by which the Indian government functions are sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. In India, the political parties in power often lose elections when they fail to meet the above principles. Elections in India are held after every 5 years, and government officials work under the Election Commission during the election days. So, dear student, I hope you understood very well this chapter. Here, your chapter was completed. I hope you understood. Thank you for watching.